Why, hello everybody! JFM Studios here to give you one of these videos again. It's been a long time since I've made one of these, where we get to look at a Jeff and Taylor episode from beginning to end with my live commentary. Folks, this is just like the commentary that you see in the DVD extras of a movie or show. Same thing, you know? I highly encourage you to go to jeffandtaylorcomic.com to read this whole episode first if you want. You know, it's there, it's free. So, yeah. It's quite the wild story. No pun intended. I mean, I remember making this episode. It was the middle of the pandemic. Summer of 2020. That was when I finished this episode. And boy, it was quite a journey. I had a lot of good memories making this episode. In fact, the summer of 2020 was a good summer for me. I didn't have to go outside to interact with people, except when I'm shopping, so that was nice. Yeah. But anyway, that's not what I'm going to be talking about. I want to talk about the episode itself. Wild Gamer. In fact, I think this is... No. Is it? Well, I had fun making this, for sure, even though it's not over the top. You know, it doesn't have over the top action, and we get to see Jeff, you know, be a little antagonistic. So it's kind of a different story from your usual G&T episode. So without further ado, let's look at it. This is Jeff and Taylor, episode 16, Wild Gamer.
Wow!
Yes, I had Cassidy be the character in the summary page. I mean, she is featured in this episode, so it makes sense. In this jacked up issue of J&T, when Jeff unknowingly consumes a pill made by Team Starhammer, he becomes a master at playing games. Not only that, but the effects made him behave like a maniac who wants to play at every arcade in the world. So Taylor and Cassidy try to find out what's wrong with Jeff and turn him back to normal. Mild language, drug references, and unkempt hair. Man, my hair is unkempt right now. It's totally rated PG. Yeah. Alright, so... Oh boy, this page was so fun to make. The first page, we see Jeff and Cassidy playing an arcade game. It's Beat Rush 2. It's a parody of Street Fighter 2. And you see the other games here, like Lee Corvello's Putting Challenge. That's a direct reference to a Simpsons episode. This guy just loves playing that. Acid Trip. I have no idea what this is about. It's I just thought of the title, and I just drew a creepy face there. Pjorg. I guess this is a little parody of what's it called? Polybius? Yeah, that weird arcade cabinet that's a curse, or it's FBI CIA experiment or something. Who knows? Well, it's here, you know, in its own way. And of course, the blob. That's a little shoot 'em up, I guess this kid's playing. So I remember I made this little image separately, and I just, you know, pasted it here. I try to make it look like an actual screen of a 2D fighting game. And of course, I can't draw pixel art to save my life. I don't know how to do it. I commend people who know how to do it. It's an art form that I do not know how to do. So I just drew these characters, you know, very thick lines, just to indicate that they're not, that they're fictional characters within fiction. Within fiction. You know what I mean? Maybe. I guess Pop Rock here. He's just like Patrick Star from SpongeBob. That's where I got this face from. And of course, defeat screens. Fighting games don't have defeat screens anymore. That's it's upsetting, really. So we see that Jeff is not good at video games. Even Cassidy, a girl who rarely plays games, beats him. So yeah, he's not very good. And here we see a very minor character. He's the owner of this arcade. I guess he kind of looks like a classmate of mine who went to college with me, I guess. And we see this whole area is where the arcade's at. It's in the mall, the Super X mall. It's within this corner of the second floor. Yeah, that's how I imagine it. A mother and her kids. Wait a minute. Oh my God, I did not color that kid's eye. That's scary, man. That's scary. I gotta fix that once it's ready for publishing. Oh goodness. Okay, well. Oh look, it's Taylor with his Katie Knight friends. Yeah, he's part of the Katie Knight fan club in school. I remember these girls were featured in a quickie. Either one quickie or two. But I decided, hey, they can be Taylor's buddies, They just love Katie Knight, who is like Katy Perry of this universe. So Jeff does not approve of Taylor going to standing in line just to get a CD or something. Or it's not like Katie Knight's there. They're just standing there just to get a CD. The newest CD, but whatever. Jeff's embarrassed a little bit. So he goes to the food court and he sees a familiar face. He's the guy that let them borrow the G Station. And yes, this is directly referencing from the G Station remake that I made earlier that same year. So yeah, that's been retconned. It's official. So they're talking about the events of that remake there. Here's another one of those images that I made separately, and I just pasted it here. But that is a nice looking logo. Blue Crush. Raspberry flavored soda. Just like Pepsi Blue. And just like that Mountain Dew flavor. What's it called? Berry Blast? No. Berry something. It's featured in Applebee's. If you ever go to Applebee's these days. But yeah, that's exactly how it tastes like. And this man, he just puts a mysterious pill in the soda. Jeff does not notice at all. It probably dissolved very quickly. So what's this man up to? He just drugged a 14-year-old kid. What's in it? I don't know. But in the back room of Shinra Tech, we see Team Starhammer members. These are all in the tech department. We get introduced to Trixie. We see these two for the first time in the G Station remake, Malox and Corey. But they're not in costume, they're just dressed as employees. And we get to see Olga and Bullet for the first time. They are the duo, the funny duo of this department, just like how Rocky and Frank are the funny duos in the robbery department. It's all about Olga and Bullet here. Bullet does not talk at all. I mean, he does, but he chooses not to. He's the strong, silent type, while Olga is the token Russian woman. I have to, put this asterisk here to let you guys know that she has a Russian accent, because I'm not too confident about my typing skills when I write for a foreign person. If they have a heavy accent, I don't want to confuse people. I don't want people to say, "Man, does Jeff not know how to spell?" Excuse me, JFM. I accidentally called myself Jeff, even though that's my name. But I want you guys to call me JFM, please. And Jeff's house. we see Taylor's house here too. Kind of questionable. I am not an architect, as you can tell. You know, what's the garage door doing back here? And here's the light blue house that we never see. You know, but it's there. It's always been there, next to Taylor's house, light blue. Jeff's house. It's now 1414. That's the you know, address. And I actually added a mailbox and trash cans, you know, just to make it feel more like a home. Maria attempting to speak Chinese. Wang Wang Wu. She's a kid. Just, you know, forgive her for that. All these weird angles, like Jeff, you know, walking up the stairs. That's a reference, you know. I I got that from the internet. Copied it because I like the angle. Crash into slumber. For those of you who are familiar with a certain somebody, you know what this is referencing from. Yeah. I would say this too if I'm really tired and I have to, sleep. I just say I gotta crash into slumber. Yep. I don't know. I don't want to say the person's name anymore because they've gotten into some trouble lately. Some really messed up trouble. But my boy Jeff, he's feeling the effects of that drug. So he really wants to play a game. I even added these anxious word balloons. So you can tell that he's, his voice is shaking a little bit. Of course, referencing off of these free games that you get in the computer, like Solitaire, Minesweeper, Free Cell. And here, this little image of Maria and Cindy playing checkers, it started out as a simple sketch in one of my sketch dumps because I thought it was funny, Oh, and Jeff, looking at them, he was there too in that sketch. So I just added it here. Thought it would fit with the story because Jeff is not only good at video games, he's good at board games as well. Not sure if he would be good at sports though, I guess he would really, really try hard, but he would get tired because he's not the most athletic kid. Guess that's one way he'll, be defeated if he were to get tired. But you can't get tired playing board games and video games.
Anybody can be beat!
I like this effect here, this dripping graffiti or airbrush. I don't know, sometimes when I were to make a obscure background, I just make up whatever, if it fits the mood, It has to fit the lighting and the mood of the scene. I mean, I can't be too random with my backgrounds, But sometimes it's easier. I'm not the type of cartoonist to draw the actual physical background in every panel, it's not necessary. Oh my gosh, the checkers, they disappeared. Okay. This face, I gotta say, Cindy's face here kind of looks like, if you ever seen that Flash animation called Racist Mario, she kind of looks like Racist Mario, with that stupid grin that he has.
No.
So we get to see their neighborhood in the early dawn. You see David's house here, the snooty couple, and there's the yellow house here. Not very good at perspective, gotta admit. But hey, world building, it takes a long time. So we see that this pill not only does it enhances Jeff's gaming skills, but his hair is growing. I don't know what's up. There's like 1 million units of biotin in there. I don't know. So Jeff wants to go to the mall. Cindy says no. So Jeff thinks David will will wake up and drive him to the mall, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite jokes that I've ever made. Jeff gets too excited. He flips the freaking mattress over. He David's out of bed. Says nothing. You see, you know, Jeff is kicked out. Just like in a TV show, you know. I'm proud of this gag. So Jeff gives up. He's gonna just walk to the mall, and I don't know how long that would take. It'll probably take him, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours on foot. So he has this little daydream of his crush Jane, you know, watching him play games. I just like this face here, and I think this is the very last time we see Jane with her old hairstyle in a main issue. Ugh, so weird. So yeah, you can tell this is a daydream because, you know, he thinks that she wants to marry him. The mayor of Somerville. You know, when I first made Jeff and Taylor back in 2004, they weren't supposed to have a mayor. They were supposed to have a king. Or at least a mayor who thinks he's a king. And, you know, it's always the same guy, you know, Mayor James of, you know, with the blue hair and everything. So I always thought the King James joke was dumb, so I just made him mayor. That's it. But, you know, he's always looked like that ever since, you know, when I was 15, when I first drew him. He's always had that blue hair. And this is a lovely panel. Look at them. They just got married in a cathedral. I never knew they were Catholic, and I guess they are. I don't know. Maybe maybe Jane and her mom, they're not Catholic. They're Protestant or Baptist, Southern Baptist. You know, they have to be. They're originally from Tennessee. They have to be Southern Baptist. You know. Even Strawman is there. No one notices him except for Jeff and Taylor. Crazy Cat's there, looking dapper in his little suit. Cassidy's excited. Cindy's there. Kim's there. Maria was the flower girl. Of course, Jeff has to have his 4 on his clothing there. Man, even Jeff's evil clone DJ's there, congratulating his enemy. Taylor's there. If he had to be the best man, right? I wonder if it's okay for the best man to wear a different colored tuxedo. I don't know. I don't know too much about, you know, weddings and marriage. I doubt I would ever get married. But, yeah, I don't know. Because it was the times. Jared here, he's wearing a mask. N95 mask. Party Dude is there too. David didn't bother to dress up at all. And Slenderman's there too. Why? Because he's always watching you, just like Crazy Cat. Plus, he loves weddings, from what I've heard. Not really. Alright, so we have Taylor and Cassidy attempting to, you know, talk to Jeff or something. Oh yeah, I remember when I made this, I double-checked the other page with the mailbox, and accidentally drew this mailbox on the other side. So, for consistency's sake, I had to literally cut and paste and put it here on the side where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I remember that. Oh, look at that! For all you Cassidy and Taylor shippers, this is for you. Yeah, you can tell I draw a lot of references and inside jokes into my comics because it's fun, you know? A lot of you guys may think it's cringy and unnecessary, but no, I think it's fun. I want to have fun while making comics, you know? So, here's one infamous panel. Keep on trucking from the Robert Crumb. I'll post it here so you guys can see. But yeah, just keep on trucking. That angle. And another reference, look what Olga's wearing. Just like Steve Buscemi. You know, how do you do, fellow kids? Same exact clothing. While Bullet, he's wearing something. Floss like a boss, of course. I bet he's a good flosser. Sometimes I add some fun stuff, like there's the backpack. The backpack is not actually sentient, but it looks like that all the time. I just wrote "help me" because it looks like the backpack is suffering. He doesn't want to be strapped up to a evil man. Once again, I love my references. Radmobile. Yeah, this is an actual arcade game back in the day. And I just I just added this Radmobile from the movie Encino Man. I'll actually add the clip here.
So let's work on changing your mind.
Radmobile. 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 Whoa. Radmobile.
Yeah, pretty wild, huh? So yeah, Jeff plays the exact same cabinet, arcade cabinet, and beats it. Of course. He has an audience watching him. Let's see here. I know some people are based off of real life, not real life people, but other people's characters, like Kid Eastwood from Connor Tierney, my buddy. I drew an older version of Sid. Sid from Casa Grandes. You know, that Loud House spinoff. This kid, he looks like Robert from my Malice Mansion idea, but he is not actually, you know. Even added the little monkey puppet from that one meme. Yeah, and I guess this girl is supposed to look like Aerith. Yeah, Cloud, this is Cloud, and this is Aerith, because I remember I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake when I was making this. And this kid here, he's wearing an EG shirt. I guess the mall sells merchandise of their former security guard. I guess that's a thing. Ben is here. He's like the only character that wears different clothing every day, you know. But this kid here, he's just a background character, but he's supposed to be 90s kid. You know? He's so cool with his blue hat, blue shades, his Marty McFly 2015 future jacket, you know? Man, all these background characters, so much fun. There's White Man from White Man Extreme. Here's a guy cosplaying as Gandalf. You know, he has the paper beard taped to his face. And I guess this girl's supposed to be an employee from a store close to the arcade, but she's like on her break and watching, you know, Jeff play a game. And here's the monkey again, just staring right at us. Congratulations. This is from... What's this stupid face here? Alright, but this I actually traced this. This is the actual winning screen, I guess, from Radmobile. Just a woman in a bikini, you know, standing there, telling you congratulations. And it's like, cool. So I literally traced over it. So that's why she kind of looks kind of wonky. And of course, since this is Jeff and Taylor, some things can be a bit ridiculous. Like, he beats the game way too fast. The arcade cabinet gets a little self-aware, yells for help, and explodes. And everybody cheers. See more OCs of my friends. There's Kid Eastwood again from Connor. Here's Sarquel from Rosengard. Ben, you know, he's so amazed that he faints. And here they are again, cheering. This girl, she is choking the life out of that monkey. And here's a kid dressed as White Man again. Ah, man, I gotta explain that idea. You know, Man. Alright, more background characters. You see a crowd of people just watching Jeff play his games. I think that, yeah, this is supposed to be a Kemi Hoshi. Probably know her from my streams and from Twitter, but yeah, I drew her here in her Pokemon outfit. Yes, you can't really read it here, but Jeff's playing a game called Rhinestone Waitress. It's a little funny idea that I had. It was gonna be like a comic or something. It's supposed to be a western taking place in outer space. You know, an outer space western, kind of like Brave Star, if you ever heard of that cartoon. But yeah, I had the two main characters drawn up: Rhinestone Waitress and Garrett, a bounty hunter. But that's all. That's all I drew. I don't know. Maybe I'll revisit that idea. But, yeah, but it's a game in J&T's universe. Oh yeah, this dialogue here. Yes, high score, baby. Who the hell do you think I am? I think that's from this one guy that bowls. Yeah, he bowled a strike or something, and then he was like, Who the hell do you think you are? I am. Of course, I didn't write that whole exact dialogue. I just wrote it here, you know, the way it's supposed to be. Here's 90s Kid again. So Jeff wants to rematch Cassidy and beat Rush. Here's a guy with a dipper hat. That's nice. And these little subtle things that I add in the background. Remember the creepy face from that game Acid Trip? Well, he's looking at Jeff here. You know. And even here with the defeat, quote unquote defeat screen. Like, you remember when I said that fighting games don't do defeat screens anymore? Well, this is a direct reference to the defeat screens in Street Fighter 3, Second Impact. Yeah, Street Fighter 3. I think I have an image here, but you know, this is just like when Ryu defeats Ibuki. Yeah, that's where I got this from. That weird angle. So all the arcade games are surprised by this. Like even the guy is like, oh shit. The scary face is surprised. Even the cursed video game is like, damn. So yeah. See the details. The details. Here's you know, Cassidy's character in the game over. She's defeated. And here's the face again. So Taylor thinks it's cool, but you know, Jeff kind of, you know, snubs him away. He's being a jerk to his friends, his closest friends. It's a good thing. It's a good thing Jane isn't here to see this. But my God, oh man, I totally forgot about this gag. Hyper realistic painting. Yes, this is an actual photo that I took from my dad's body shop when we they actually finished painting a garbage truck. It's a beautiful green, but yeah, I guess Jeff played the game and he painted this whole truck. It's hyper realistic, of course. Racing USA. Here he is racing against some stranger with some weird hair. Playing what was it call it? Oh man, what is this called again? It's not bowling, of course. It's you know the game. You know, you roll the ball up into a ramp, and then you hope it lands in a hole. You know, the right hole that gives you a bullseye or something. Here he is playing a light gun game. Here he is being a master at the claw. Is it the claw? Yeah. So we have the stuffed animals. We have Cuphead. We have a coronavirus here. We have Tom Preston, a Crazy Cat doll, Patrick Star. Here's Chuck. Freaking Anna, Squidward. This is supposed to be Shrek here. And I don't know, this is supposed to be some middle-aged man, but he's a doll. I don't know who would want that. And here's a monkey, just like from Cuphead, you know, that one boss. So I drew my friend Rosengard's OCs here, just watching him play. Sarquo, he has those weird t-shirts with the weird grammar, I have my leave. Yeah. Whenever I draw him, I like to, you know, draw him wearing those weird shirts. Here he is again. This is an old picture that I had in my files. I drew this back in 2010. So I thought, hey, this would be a nice little screen for a shoot 'em up or something. So just playing Guitar Hero, and we see Bill and Ted, you know, cheering him on. This is just a random girl. Don't know who she is. And more people. They're cheering him on. I have more OCs from my friends. Here's my friend's Akashic's characters. I remember them. This guy, I think he's from, I forgot his name, but I think my friend Kelvin, you know, made him. Some kid. Here's a humanized SpongeBob. This kid I made up. This kid, he's supposed to be a bug catcher from Pokemon, you know. Here's some kid dressed as one of my characters from White Man Extreme. He's supposed to be nudist, but he wears like a cloak and he has a scary face. And here's another kid dressed as White Man. Who is this White Man? I gotta explain in a future video. Man. And here's the Kemi Hoshi's character. Yeah, I forgot her name. I think it's... Oh, her name escapes me, but she is a Cameos character, her OC. And here's another OC. This is from my friend Summer. He's an orc boy. This is supposed to be Coolio. He's there for some reason. And the infamous Chris Savino's here. After all the controversies he's been through, he found his way in Somerville. And here's Misty from Pokemon. And I guess this girl, I guess she's another Pokemon trainer. She's supposed to be Lass. Yeah, Lass from Pokemon. So Cassidy and Taylor, they just leave the arcade. Cassidy's not impressed. I mean, she's very suspicious of Jeff's transformation or something. I think here, this how I drew her pigtails with the hair, you know, this is where I realized that I suck at drawing hair. It's like, man, this does not make sense. So it's a good thing I upped my hair game the following year. If I were to draw Olga again, the back of her hair would, or the back of her head would look different. So Cassidy is she means well, but this is like a backhanded compliment. Defying social norms by dressing like a stereotypical teen, even though you're like 40. Keep it up. Oh, Nogo's 35. I forgot about that. Just 3 more years and I'll be as old as her. My gosh. Alright, and these panels here, they're supposed to be like... It's a running gag. If I were to feature Olga in more episodes, then she would have moments like these, that she'll be have an existential crisis. You know what I mean? Here, I forgot to add the tap. You know, I'll add that right before it gets published. But yeah, there's supposed to be a tapping sound effect here. So we go to Taylor's house and we see his siblings for the first time in forever. So I thought this would be a nice episode for them to, you know, attempt to save the day. This is a nice angle here. I like it. So they assume that Jeff's taking steroids or something, like gamer steroids. And Cassidy, ever the vigilant one, she noticed that his hair got longer. Definitely steroids or testosterone, you know. So Tanya and Jeff, they get into a somewhat minor argument there. So she has a little bet because, you know, she knows of a certain arcade game that he's never beaten. Gravedigger's Castle. Yeah. I thought this was a nice little gag too, where Jeff, you know, he's slightly peeking out of the door. He's like, "See ya," and then slams the door hard. He's excited to play a game that he's never played before. Alright, and the next day, Ben's wearing a different color shirt. Nice. And the backgrounds here, this is supposed to be that one picture I made back in 2017 of Lynn Loud, you know. And here's Glitch Girl. This is based off of an idea by my online buddy, Mapache, or JCM. He should really continue that, you know. I mean, it's fine if he draws more fan art, lewd fan art, but it's like, dude, I want to see Glitch Girl, you know. I want to see her original stuff. You know what I mean? And for some reason, this weird painting of David's here, I just thought it would be funny if it found its way to the arcade. It's the details, man. Just like this weird carpet pattern. It's the details. Excuse me. Are you frozen? Oh no. The computer's thinking, guys. Gotta wait for it.
Eventually.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. The computer kind of got frozen there for a bit. But yeah, let's look at more panels here. So gamers are paying respects to Radmobile that exploded. You know, it has its wreath, some flowers. Here's a fire flower from Super Mario World. There's a game called Skull, but it has lyrics from Crazy by Icehouse, because I love that song. Here's a guy with a WAPA shirt. And here are my friends, Stevie and her boyfriend Steven. They're in the arcade because they like video games too. So Tanya suggests that Ben brings out Gravedigger's Castle, and of course he knows that it's trouble. Because Gravedigger Castle, it's a infamous arcade, as we'll see later. So Jeff's hair got really long, and Cindy's unfazed by it. She's like, whatever. And of course, this Gravedigger's Castle, it's a big effing deal. We have, you know, 6 guys carrying it out like it's some sort of king or something. We have Maximilian Dude. Here's a humanized Donkey Kong. Here's the guy from one of the guys from that meme where they're dancing to a, you know, carrying a coffin. Here's Timmy Turner's dad from the Fairly Odd Parents. I guess this is supposed to be an old Jim Carrey or something. And in the back, we see just 2 random people and a kid wearing a mask of a SpongeBob fish. And here's Doug Walker. It's a game called Walker's Life. No, maybe it's Doug Walker's Life, yeah. So I traced it. I traced that whole meme, you know. And it's like, oh my gosh, you see this arcade cabinet? Yeah, we see it, Doug. We see it. So they let it down, and Ben says that it's never been beaten. So everybody's like, "Oh man, will Jeff be able to beat this?" Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, Manly Badass Jeff. This is a, you know, direct reference to a YouTube channel called Manly Badass Hero. He's a Let's Player who mostly plays horror games, but, you know, I just, I just want to reference that name. So David, he puts it down a little bet. He's a cheapskate, so he just bets a nickel. So yeah, this very hard to see, but this is an actual winners don't use drugs. So I thought this is a nice little touch, considering the plot of this whole story. Poetic justice. Gravedigger's Castle. This is a very quick thing I made. This is an actual photograph that my friend took. I just drew in the castle here, just drew in free play, and the actual type. I typed in Gravedigger's Castle here. You're not supposed to stretch letters like that because it's not good to do that with. But for here, it's like whatever. It's a crappy game anyway. I'm just rambling. Start, of course. Just playing. The crowd is watching him. And sometimes, I like to be detailed with the crowds here. And sometimes they're just a messy blob in the back. Because if it's not necessary, it's not necessary. So here, we're back in Shinra Tech. All the Starhammer members are actually employees. Working in that small store. I don't know what they do. I guess they sell little knickknacks and technology. Think of it as batteries plus bulbs. If you've ever been to a store like that, kind of similar to that. I mean, they may be the bad guys here, but they do know how to fix your phone. Very nice. So Taylor is panicking, and Tanya is being calm because she knows about this game secret. All Starhammer members are watching Jeff play. And the whole game, it's supposed to be similar to Castlevania, the old Castlevania games. We see the crowd cheering him on. We see 90s Kid. We see Joe from my friend, Summer. Fair Travels, that's the name of the comic. And we have a guy dressed as Scorpion. Old school Scorpion. So we have here, the main character, I guess. They're waiting for the boss. Is this supposed to be a Moonanite? Yeah, it's a Moonanite from Aqua Teen. So we have the final boss, which is just a skull shaped shaped like a clock of doom or something. And then we see it glitch. It glitched out badly. So it froze. And Tanya and Ben know that when you reach the final boss, the game freezes. And of course, I had to add the thump. This is a running gag in Jeff and Taylor. This lovely angle where a character faints, and I have to add the thump, and it has to be a magenta colored thump too. And of course, his friends are so excited that he lost. Kind of ironic there. Of course, Maria thinks he's dead, but he's not. So you may be wondering why they made this pill in the first place. Well, it's a pill that makes you very good at games, so their boss, Risotto, wants that pill for himself so he can get good at gambling. And they make more money that way. Yeah. I'm not too good at writing for organized crime, I'm not Vince Gilligan here, so I don't know too much about it. And here, this little panel there, he's foreshadowing events that will happen in Jeff and Taylor episode 23. Yeah, 23 or 24. Yeah, their little expo. Man, I don't know if I'll ever get to that episode. So this is Ben's office. We see old pictures that I drew back in high school, like this monster. And here it's supposed to be a weird portrait of a classmate. Why does Ben have those pictures in his office? I don't know. And we have some new age stuff like believe in the universe, all that jazz. And you can barely see it here, but here's a scary picture of a Bandersnatch that I drew earlier that year. So Jeff, he I like his little speech. I'm free. Free from that horrible gamer greed. Yeah. So here they made up, you know. They say sorry for how they treated each other. Because, you know, I like to tie my loose ends. And here Ben gives some lore about Gravedigger's Castle. And of course, Jeff has to apologize to Cindy too, because he's been acting like a jerk to her too, you know? It's all about accountability. And here, Cassidy says we live in a society in French. They laugh, and that's the end of the episode. Cassidy says to get a haircut, and from here on out, Jeff's hair does change a bit. He has his hat back on, but you can see it's a tiny bit longer than it was before. Because he's got into a style. And that's it. That's it, guys. That's Wild Gamer. I had fun making it back in 2020. 2020 was a great year for art. You know, my personal art. I know it wasn't a great year in the whole world, but I don't know. Has it even gotten better? I don't know. Why do we have to live in this era right now? Anyway, I don't mean to bum you guys out. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, you know, and hope you had fun listening to it while you draw or do your activity. You know, I like it. I like it when people listen to my videos while they're drawing or doing chores. Makes me feel like I'm helping you be productive, you know. And yeah, that's it. Look forward to some more videos, guys. I don't know if I'll make a Let's Look at video of episode 17 because that hasn't been released in the website yet because my website is being dumb. Actually, my FTP is being dumb. I can't publish anything there, and it's been like a year and a half since I've uploaded anything. I gotta call GoDaddy to see what's up. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And JFM out. Alright, guys. See you later. Goodbye.